great start by Shawno again.
Well, Cam Donald gets a little bit of wheel stand action happening away there too as they make their way down to turn one. I tell you what, he's got a pretty good start though too, Braxy, and he would be about third place. Yeah, third place as they go through turn one for the first time. Looked like Steve Martin was up into second.
Well, I'd be trying to just to try and get Gilesy at least second and third, so he could actually give a bit of a fighting chance to the boys. But Gilesy like smashing that lap record in the first flying lap of that first leg, but he looks like he's attempting to do the same thing again now. As he in second spot, it looks like Steve Martin is there, and Jeremy McWilliams in third spot as they come through the timing monitors for the first time. We'll pick them up very shortly.
In fact, I think Cam's gone back to fifth place there, just getting the relegated one by Michael Dibb on bike number one, it looked like. So actually no, I think Cam's repaid the favour going back into Siberia.
Well, it's good to see Jeremy get a good start this time. He didn't get left behind on the start, and he's not far. He's in third place now, just a couple of legs behind Steve Knight. So that's good to see.
Well, getting away with the leaders is half the battle, isn't it, Keith? Just to be sucked along with, so to speak.
I was chatting to him after the first race. He said, look, we've had problems with these clutches all the way through, and he loses the race within the first 100 metres because he can't get away quick. But he seems to have done a good job this time.
Oh, there's a massive amount of action down into turn 10 back in the pack. There is a massive gaggle of riders trying to get through. There was overtaking and undertaking all over the place as Jolsey comes round to complete his first lap, a 1:43 from a standing start for Shawn Giles, a 1:43.5.
I couldn't do that if I had a 3 mile run up from Cows.
I can tell by the look on Keith Hicks's face that that's an impressive lap.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm sure it's a couple of seconds quicker than the standing start to the start-finish line from last time.
So Shawn Giles leads from Steve Martin, Jeremy McWilliams, Bo Beaton in fourth place on bike 186, Michael Dibb in fifth, Cameron Donald in sixth, Mal Campbell in seventh place, and Robbie Phillips in eighth on bike number 32. So the top 8 covered by under 6 seconds. Robbie Phillips, although won't be happy to be back in 8th place again.
No, Giles got a fastest lap in that opening leg, a 42.7 compared to a 43.5, so he's going slow at the moment.
Oh. He's given everyone a bit of a chance as they make their way out of Siberia and behind the trees through the hay shed and on their way up. That looks like Ryan Farquhar has got a problem with his machine and pulled off at turn 4, so bike 77 making its way back to the pits.
He's just thirsty.
Yeah, he could be.
He knows it's towards the end of the day.
Actually, Ryan did have a bit of a problem with an oil leak in the last race.
Oh, did he?
They've obviously not, or maybe it could be the same problem.
Look at Bo Beaton in third place at the moment, trying to go around the outside of Steve Martin through turn 11.
Well, when Jolsey's not getting away, they've actually dropped that gap down.
Beaton has gone around the outside of Steve Martin in turn 12. Oh, that is outrageous, what I've just seen from Bo Beaton. Martin's got a problem.
Oh, he is having a wretched weekend, to say the least. That's not one race that he's been managed to finish. That is lunch itself again. That's launching engine number 2.
You can see the underside of that engine not looking real healthy.
Yeah.
So he's managed to get the bike off the circuit. I wouldn't be heading over to the right-hand side of the start-finish straight right now. There goes your bike too, and looks like in a bit of battle with the American riders there.
Yep.
So it must be just behind 16th, 17th place, Rick Kwok.
Here he is, 18th place.
18th place, he's almost in the points. But it's still Shawn Giles now, 1.1 second after that. I'd say that Bo Beaton might have even been a bit balked by Steve Martin coming onto that straight as that thing decided to start spitting things out of the engine as he was exiting turn 11.
Well, I tell you what, the speed with which he went around to outside him at turn 12, I still can't believe what I just saw. That was an unbelievable manoeuvre from Bo Beaton, and in hindsight, probably good that he was actually not sitting right up Steve Martin's tailpipe trying to get a slipstream as they came onto the start-finish straight, but McWilliams now has got up into second place.
Yeah, he mugged a Bo Beaton coming out of Siberia, I think it was, but look at Bo, he just gets that much lean angle, punches the Irving Vincent out of turn 11, but loses just a bit the Jeremy McWilliams on that. Look at these, he's trying again. If I can do it to Steve Martin, I'm going to do it to you, you Irishman. But no, he's, just pulled the pin to Jeremy McWilliams. Is that thing, whatever clutch problems you've been having with it,
Yes.
it looks like you've really cured it at the moment, because he's got some plenty of drive out of the corners.
Well, he seems to be making a bit of headway towards Shawn Giles there.
And just putting in the fastest lap of the race at 37.2.
I think that's fastest. That's the fastest he's ever been round here on this particular bike, or this type of bike.
Well, that's good to see. That'll be a good boost of confidence for him for tomorrow as well, with an extra 2 legs, because he is the defending champion. And as we saw last year, Keith, that anything could happen, as he was out of the running going into that last race, but managed to pull off and take the victory.
That's right. Yeah, anything can happen when people break down, because these bikes, you know, they're all a little bit temperamental.
Well, and he's keeping Gilesy in sight, which is probably just building the confidence as he rides around as well.
Yeah, and Bo Beaton's still in there. I was talking to the Irving Vincent guys, and they say the Irving Vincent's great, but it chews its tyres up, and after 3 laps it's got no grip, which is why he went backwards in the first race and the last lap, or the last few laps.
Well, the way Bo rides it, he'd need a lot of edge grip too, I'd say, because he certainly gets the thing cranked over, nearly has his elbows on the ground. But across the top of Lukey Heights and down into turn 10, McWilliams closes up onto Shawn Giles. Bo Beaton is still there. It's quite a big gap now back to Cam Donald in 4th place on bike number 86. Michael Dibb is still there on bike number 1 as well. That's the Harris-framed Honda CB. Right behind Dibbsy is Robbie Phillips and Mal Campbell, and then it's Michael Godfrey, another one of your UK riders, having another. This is his second good ride for the day too, Keith.
Yeah, he's a very consistent rider. Well, coming from endurance, that's what you expect, really, isn't it? He's able to put good steady laps in, but he's impressing everyone, I think.
Well, you know, I thought Shawn Giles would be walking away with this, but your man Jeremy McWilliams, Keith, has pulled that down a less than 0.8 of a second now with 2 laps to go. And he's still the fastest man on track at 37.2 for that previous lap, and consistency to be the main name of the game at 37.3 from Jeremy with that last lap, compared to a 37.5 for Shawn Giles. So, well, like you said, you fix that clutch problem. It's really given Jeremy a good boost of confidence as Giles tips it into turn 4.
Oh, there's a back marker they've got to deal with as well. Yellow flag being waved down there. Not sure what the yellow flag was for. Maybe should have been a blue flag given to that back marker.
Well,
they've been balked well and truly, and McWilliams now is right on the back of Gilesy. Right on the back of Shawn Giles as they make their way out of Siberia. Gilesy will be able to hear the screaming Suzuki power plant of that XR69 right behind.
Or a Northern Irish accent saying, "Get out of the way."
This is great news for the spectacle, for the crowd, for the whole.
Oh, look how much closer he is now. He's right up him at the moment. He's only a couple of bike lengths. We don't even have to look at a timing monitor to see how close that is. I believe that Shawn Giles is under a real threat with just over a lap to go. That Jeremy McWilliams, he's got the bit between his teeth. He's the fastest ever 2-stroke rider around here in a pole position time back then on the Medinas many years ago. The last 2-stroke they ever get a
2001 Braxy, I think it was.
Pole position here at Phillip Island.
And there's no doubt Jeremy has upped his pace, because I think
last lap
Giles is doing the same sort of pace that he was doing, and I think Jeremy's upped his pace to catch him.
You can see how they were balked that much by 2 seconds, but still the fastest man on track is McWilliams with a 39 flat, then a half a second quicker than Shawn Giles. Now it's all about who's got the biggest rotors and who's got the biggest engine.
Well, you'd be surprised to know that Mal Campbell and Robbie Phillips are still pretty much locked together on circuit, 0.6 of a second apart. Not the first time that those 2 riders have gone head-to-head round Phillip Island either.
And any other track in Australia, and if not the world, in the World Superbike Championships in back in the late 80s as well.
But what an effort from Mal Campbell. Wasn't riding that bike until yesterday afternoon when his XR had problems. Jumped on it this morning and has gone quick enough to be sitting in 6th place at the moment in this very incredibly well-talented field. And Rick Kwok up into 18th.
Ah, well done, Rick. Mal Campbell's one of these guys that can jump on anything and get the best out of it, I think.
Now they should be coming back into view over Lukey Heights any tick at the moment.
Well, there goes Gilesy, there goes Jeremy McWilliams right behind him.
Look how deep under brakes McWilliams goes.
Oh, look how deep in the brakes Gilesy goes. Oh, McWilliams gets through as well. That was close.
Well, he had to do it, didn't he? You could see that back mark, and he thought if he gets between us, that's the race done and dusted. But I think Giles, he's done enough. He's got that extra bit of mumbo coming out of turn 11 as they come onto the straight for the final time. We'll see if Giles is going to do it. no other buck markers getting in the way, I think Jeremy Williams will be pretty disappointed, although happy at the same time.
I think he'll be pleased because he was within a sniffing distance of Gilesy, so that's as better than he could have hoped for, I think.
So that's given some good confidence to the UK team. So Gilesy takes it by 0.6 of a second. Then McWilliams, Bo Beaton, Cam Donnell, Michael Dibb, Robbie Phillips getting the better of Malcolm Campbell, or